This is going to be a 4-day week. Today is a professional development day for teachers. Why did today have to happen like this? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday, November 5th, 2018. It is the start of a new week. This is going to be a 4-day week since tomorrow is a teacher planning day, and I'll be going to a workshop, a professional development activity here in school. I haven't had a chance to put on my makeup this morning. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to get to it this morning, but I came in ready to print my lesson plans, which I made at home this weekend, and my reading plans were there, but the math plans that I worked so hard to put together were nowhere to be found. So I have spent the last 30 minutes rewriting my math, science, and social studies lesson plans. And now that I'm looking for my reading handout that I created to go along with our Max Axiom story for today, it's nowhere to be found either. So now I have to find myself recreating that. I don't have that much time. I'm gonna get started now, and as the students work on their do now this morning, I'll try to finish it up. I do remember what I put on it, so hopefully it's not gonna take too long for me to finish it. But oh my gosh, what a dilemma. I did not expect that to happen this morning. So I'm just going to make the best of it, roll with it, have no idea if maybe it was saved on my laptop itself, and I did not bring my laptop with me, it's at home. So anyway, I'm going to work on that now before the students come in about a few minutes. And when they come in, I'm going to keep working on it. And I'll show you what I mean by that later. So right now, I'll show you my lesson plans really quickly. Okay, so these are my lesson plan templates. I have ELA in one and math, science, and social studies in another. Here's my ELA plans for the day, including reading and language arts writing, their spelling words, and their homework assignments. And these are my math, science, and social studies lesson plans. So as you can see, here's my math, here is my science, and here's my social studies. I don't have science and social studies in my schedule on Wednesdays, which is why that is grayed out. Here are the vocabulary words for those lessons and the homework assignments. So those are my lesson plans. All right, so right now I'm just gonna keep working on that one thing that I need for today that I can't believe just magically disappeared from my hard drive. And I thought I had chosen my hard drive to save it. Oh well, can't dwell on that now. I'm just gonna get to finish as much as I can, and I'll check back with you later. All right, everyone, so it's my planning time, and I did manage to get my makeup on, which I do need it today because I started off a little bit like stressed out because I couldn't find my lesson plans for math, science, and social studies, or that one sheet that I worked on yesterday to create. Thankfully, I did get it all completed, and the students started working on it, and right now they're in art, and when they come back from art, they're gonna continue working on it, and hopefully they can finish it before we go to lunch, because when they come back on Wednesday, they're going to take the selection test for the story, and hopefully the activity they did for today will get them ready for that test, which shouldn't be that bad. And this is the sheet that I was referring to. So it looks very similar to the other ones that I have created in the past. And this one is only on the main selection. I did write the questions, a part A and a part B question, and one question about text features right here in the front. But I told them, don't answer this yet. I need you to read the story silently. And as you read, I want you to find 5 different cause and effect relationships in the story and write them down. So I did model some for them so that they know my expectations. So in the first pages, it talks about how gravity pulls objects down and the effect, Max Axiom goes down when bungee jumping. And then in the next 2 pages, they talk about inertia and how inertia states that an object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion. And the effect that is shown on that page is inertia keeps a stroller rolling until another force stops it. So they're going to continue gathering more cause and effect relationships. There's obviously more than 5 in the whole entire story, but I at least gave them this so that they can write them down. And then when they're done reading the story, they can then answer these 3 questions. And on the back, they are going over the topic, main idea, and summary so that they also understand the difference between the three, and they're practicing a skill that we went over in the previous unit. So that's pretty much what they've been working on this morning, aside from the daily language arts warm-up, which today introduces students to the order of adjectives. So I went over that, and I'm thinking of making an anchor chart for that eventually. And yeah, on the board, I also wrote to make sure they understand the cause is why something happens. The effect is what happens as a result of that cause. So right here is where I wrote that on the board, and over here is where I wrote the order of adjectives that I think I'm going to put into an anchor chart and put it somewhere in the room. So far, these are the team points. This is our agenda so far. I'm not sure if we're gonna get to these, but we'll see. And yeah, we're gonna continue ELA after art, then we have lunch, and then we have math, which we need to do one more lesson before they do their mid-chapter checkpoint. For social studies, we're doing election vocabulary, and for science, we're completing our lab reports for the Skittles and the chocolate. So let me show you the little vocabulary booklet that the kids are gonna be making, and I feel like I'm gonna have to really explain this on video later on, maybe today or tomorrow, but this is what it looks like. This is a little magic book, and this is an idea that I got years ago when I went to a conference by Melissa Forney, who's a dear friend of mine, and in her book Primary Pizzazz, she does show the directions on how to make this, which I'll show you right now in her book. I'll just turn to the page so that you can see what she explains in the book. So this is the magic book, and basically you take a sheet. This is 9 by 12, but I literally use an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It's just smaller, but it works. And then you fold it in half, and when you fold it in half, you fold the sides to the half, and then you make it like this, where you just fold this, but the flaps are open so you don't cut into them. And you cut, however many sections you need. And then after that, you take your 2 strips of paper and you feed it through, weaving it in and out, in and out. And then you have set up your magic book. So this basically works like this. Let me see if I can do it with one hand because it's a little tricky. But I did title it already. And the words that are inside, I had already typed. And I also have a cutting guide so they know exactly where to cut. But basically, you just see the words. And on the back, there's nothing. It's like it's blank. And there is a hidden room in the magic book. That's why it's called the magic book. I also added other important words that they need to know that didn't necessarily fit inside the magic book. But when they put them together, you take one side, let me see if I can do it with one hand, and you separate the middle, which is the magic door, and there it is. Those are all the definitions for those words. So here is the word ballot, and here is the definition for ballot. Here's the word campaign, here's the definition for campaign, etc. And then when you pull apart the book, let me just do it. The words up here, and you don't see the definitions anymore. So this is a magic book, and I love it. You could use it for different things. You can even have the students write the definitions themselves. I did cut it in multiple ways because I had all these words to show, and I do have the template for this. I'm thinking of putting it in my TPT store so that you can make your own elections magic book so that you go over the election vocabulary. So the students are creating that because that way they can study their words using this little magic book with the election vocabulary. And on Friday, they're going to have a quiz to test their knowledge on these words. All right, so let me finish up during my planning time here. I have a couple of things that I need to put together for the rest of the day, as well as grade some papers, and I will see you probably at the end of the day.
When did they have? Last Friday.
People make businesses for profit and possibly to help others. Out of the many other ways to help my community, the dog walking system is best for me. Here's why.
People in my community can start a business that will not only help them, but also help others. I think that out of all the businesses that I read about, Sprout would work best in my community. I also think Charms can work in my community. Let's find out how.
Starting businesses isn't just work. In fact, you can help the homeless out or donate to charity or other great things with the money you earn. One of these businesses is even run by a child. This business is called the Joshua Hart Foundation. The foundation donates food to the hungry and homeless. This is why I think that this foundation would work in my community.
Businesses are created for different reasons. Some to help others with what they earn, others are normal. I believe that some of these ideas could really help my community. Here are a few reasons why I think that.
There are many businesses. Some even help and give to others in need. They can raise funds or give food and clothes. I think that these ideas would work for my community.
A good business knows making money is not everything. A good business helps others. I have read about many different great businesses. I think some of them will work in my community. This is why.
Sometimes when people start a business, they use some of that money to donate to others in need or to shelters. In my opinion, from all of the ways or ideas of businesses, the one that would work best in my community is dog walking. Here's why.
Hello everyone, so it's now the end of the day and I feel like it's been such a long day. Every time I have specials or in the morning, like at 10 when we have art on Mondays, it just feels like the rest of the day just kind of drags. But we did do everything except one thing that I wanted to do today, which was completing the lab reports for science. But everything else in our agenda we were able to do. We did everything I wanted to do for reading, for math, for social studies. You saw the kids were doing their election vocabulary magic book, and you saw how one of them opened the magic door. And I think I'm going to show you how to actually make the book tomorrow because I'm actually getting ready to go home. The other thing that we did in writing today, other than having the students finish sharing their introductions, was I gave them my T.R.E.E. foldable so they can start writing their first body paragraph for the business idea that will work or help their community best. So here is what I'm talking about. This is the T.R.E.E. foldable, which I actually have available in my TPT store. I'll link it down below. I have it for sale, and basically this is an acronym that I use to help my students write their body paragraphs for any informative or opinion essay. So every body paragraph starts with a transition, and here is a list of some transitions that I give to the students. They can use some of these or they can come up with their own, but they write it in this space. The next is R, which is reason or idea. In this one, I put Joshua's Hart Foundation can be super helpful in my neighborhood. And that is part of my writing plan, which is actually right here. Here is my idea 1, my idea 2, my idea 3. This is my elaboration on that and my evidence. And this is the prompt that I was referring to. And we're still working on this one because it was our first 2-part prompt that we were working off of Wonders, and we haven't done opinion in a while. So that's why I wanted the students to work on this. And they gathered their evidence on the inside for all 3 sources. And here is my example of their introduction, which the students also wrote their own. Today, I actually underlined it in different colors so they can see what the opener was, what the topic sentence was, and they could also see the words from the prompt that I used. So then after the R, so T-R, the E and the E is evidence elaboration or elaboration evidence. So that is my next part. But I do give them tips here. I tell them what the evidence is, what elaboration is, so that it can kind of give them a guide so that they can write a full body paragraph right here. And this is just the beginning of it. And then they will use this to build their essay for this particular writing prompt. So that's what we did for writing today. So yeah, that's basically what we did in writing. And for math, we went over using the distributive property to break apart a dividend to make it easier to divide with that 1-digit divisor. And then they took their mid-chapter checkpoint. Some of the students haven't finished, so they'll finish on Wednesday when they come back. And they started setting up their magic book like I mentioned. I just told them to bring it back, make sure they bring it back on Wednesday because we're gonna finish adding the extra list of words and the little embellishments so they can decorate their book. So that is what we basically did. And again, we didn't get to science, but I'm going to try to squeeze in what I wanted to do today in science for Wednesday, probably during their due now. And that's what we ended up doing today. So now I'm just going to gather my things like I mentioned, and I'm going to go because I am tired. It's been a long day, and tomorrow I'll be here for professional development. All right, so that's all I have for you now. I'll see you tomorrow. morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, November 6, 2018. Today is voting day, election day, wherever you are. I hope you were able to exercise your right and civil duty to vote if you are of age of voting. So I actually did early voting on Sunday, so I am done for voting, so I don't have to do any voting today because it's already done. So I am actually in school right now. Today is a professional development day for teachers, so no students today, and I'm attending the professional development at my school, which is collaborative planning. So I'm gonna get ready to head downstairs to the media center to meet up with everyone else in my school that's attending this PD, and I'll share with you what we end up doing. I hope that I can make today productive because they are giving us a couple of hours to work in our classrooms. So one of the things that I want to make sure I organize is my data binder, and hopefully I can start putting together the students' data folder so they can start tracking their data, because I know I should have done it a couple weeks ago, but it's been a crazy start to this year, a very hectic start, so I'm just doing it little by little. So there's a couple of things that I do want to make sure I do today, and they are letting us leave at 1:30. I'm not sure if I'm going to go home at 1:30. I think I'm just going to use that time to keep working in my classroom. We'll see. I play by ear. Today, I am wearing a Harry Potter inspired shirt that I actually found at Hot Topic in clearance, and it's a quote that he says in the book, and basically it says, "I don't go looking for trouble. Trouble usually finds me," and it's signed HP Harry Potter. So I'm going to grab a notebook, grab a pen, head downstairs, and yeah, I'll check back in with you later. All right, I had to get one thing before I go to the PD, which is I brewed my own cup of tea in my personal brewer. I have pomegranate green tea here. It's nice and hot. I put a lid on it. These are cups that I keep in my classroom. And I also have with me a notebook, a fun notebook, ooh, owls, and my Inkjoy retractable pen in purple. So I am ready to go. So let's go ahead and do this, and I'll see you later. Hello everyone, so I'm coming to you after the PD. We had a very good collaborative meeting. I would love to share a little bit more about what we did later, but you did see in the little clips that I showed what we did, some ideas of what we did. I really like some of the protocols. We were using protocols today for collaboration, and they were amazing. And then we met with our team and we decided to create our own collaborative protocol for our collaborative planning meetings that we need to have twice a month. So we did that. We presented it to the PD facilitator, had some feedback that we implemented, and now it's time to go because I wanted to work a little bit longer here in my room and do more things because I have a million things to do, but now they're kicking us out and it's like 2:25 and I really wanted to stay till like 4, but they're actually locking the building down. So boo-hoo for me. I gotta get myself going. Maybe I do just need to get out of school, but I do have a lot of things that I need to try to get done at some point. I don't know when they're gonna get done, but it'll get done soon. So I'm not gonna end the vlog yet. I will include tomorrow, Wednesday. I wanted to end it today, but we really didn't do much today. So I'll just include tomorrow, Wednesday, and end it there. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, November 7th, 2018. It is Wednesday. It is the middle of the day week, so we just have to get through today, and we're that much closer to the weekend. And it is a long weekend this weekend because of Veterans Day, which we are observing on Monday, November 12th. So this morning, I'm going to have my students try to work on some ketchup and pickles assignments because they need to finish some things that they haven't quite finished. And then we're going to move into our reading assignment for today, which they're going to reread the Max Axiom story and complete the selection test for that story. We're also going to review the vocabulary for that unit. So yeah, lots of great things. We're also going to continue with our math chapter on division, and we're going to see if we can squeeze in some social studies because they need to decorate their little election vocabulary books. All right, so let me get some things placed on the students' desk so that when they come in, they know exactly what they need to be working on. And I will check back with you later. Hello, everyone. So it's the end of the day, and I actually just left a faculty meeting. We were voting for a Teacher of the Year and Rookie Teacher of the Year. But surprise, surprise, we have to have a runoff election tomorrow for 2 of the 3 candidates that had close votes. So we have to vote for them tomorrow to see who actually wins the Teacher of the Year and Rookie Teacher of the Year. They're amazing, amazing candidates, and it's very hard to vote because they're really amazing teachers, and I fully support my colleagues because they are above and beyond teachers, just like a lot of us here in school. I do have the privilege of working in a school where the teachers are just amazing and we learn so much from each other. So we have a really good family here, so I'm very thankful for that. All right, so today was an interesting day. I had a couple of students struggle a little bit with some of the assignments that we had to do, and they struggled a little bit overall with behavior. Even one of the students at the end was like, why did today have to happen like this? But, you know, those are days that will happen, and it's okay. Sometimes, just like us teachers, we may not have a good day. So some students were not having their best day, but that doesn't mean that that's how the rest of the week will go. So tomorrow we'll just help those students that maybe struggled a little bit with some of the lessons today and move from there. But I'm very proud of my students because today during reading, they were diligently working, rereading their Max Axiom, a crash course in forces and motion, and they completed their selection test, and they were finishing their foldable that also had them answer questions on the text structure, which was cause and effect, and write down their cause and effect relationships, and I showed that in the previous days. And then on the back, they needed to write the topic, main idea, and summary. I did stop for a moment and show the kids some circles, like there were 3 circles, one inside of the others. So first it started with topic, and then it went main idea, and then it had summary so that they knew how they were related to each other, but again, how they were different. And I kind of guided them on how they should write their summary for the entire passage. I still have those papers to look through, but it seemed like it was clicking with a lot of the students, the method that I was showing, and I'm very happy with that. And then with math, you know, I kind of had to go a little bit fast with the lesson, but it's things that we've already gone over, so I didn't think I was going to need more time. But assessing how the students were reacting to the problems and what they needed to do, I do have to spend a little bit more time on that tomorrow, and that is no problem, which is why I love to do the checks. I have them work on the problems with the check and the Go Math, and if they are able to do it on their own, then I know that they got the concept down. But if they struggled a little bit with that, then I know I need to slow down and meet with those students and make sure that they understood that, which is just what we do, right? Reflective practitioners, trying to do assessments, informal and formally, to be able to address the needs of our students. So that's basically what happened today. And yeah, I have a couple of things that I need to finish doing and getting ready for the rest of the week. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all. And you know, it's one of those days and it's going to happen, but I stay positive and optimistic that it will all work out. So, all right, I'm going to leave you all for today. I'm going to finish the vlog right here and continue the rest of the week in a separate vlog like I have been doing. So Thursday and Friday will be in a separate vlog. I have a video idea for something else I want to do. I don't know when I'm going to get to do it, but it's in the plans. Let's see when I get to do it. All right, so I'm going to leave you for now. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this 3-day vlog. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello, dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.